let's go ahead and swap back to the old display. We're gonna go ahead and make a tier list. I'm gonna do a beta tier list. Remember, this is a beta tier list, and this is not by any means a tier list for Rising in general. So we have all the Shotos here, so we can rank them as following. I might order them, but I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and start with Gran. Gran is definitely lacking. Again, as I said before, in the old game, Gran definitely does a lot of damage, but the way they open up people, or the way the character opens up people, is through like trying to bait out throws and stuff, right? So they do stagger pressure, you know, like do some frame traps, but you're not going to, you know, you're not scared of anything, right? Because in this version of the game, throws are like gutted. So like it's really hard to open up people with like Gran, Catalina, who else? Sheeta. Like all of these characters right here is really hard to open up people with. Like for example, like another Shoto like Percival, for example, right? They have a command grab, so you know, and they can combo after it. Belial has a command grab, and Belial is just, you know, Belial. Like he has like a lot of ways to like you know, do some like knowledge checks on you and stuff like that. Yeah, let's move on to Charlotta. Charlotta, I think is between Evil Winner and Super Strong. I think for now I'll put her here, but I think Charlotta has is very strong in this version of the game, simply because her Swords of Lumiel, or not swords, is it Swords of Lumiel? Swords of something. Her swords, first of all, generates a lot of meter, excuse me, and she also has like a very strong, like, you know, offense game, because of her plus frames, because of her ball, you know, her jump arc is really fast, so it's really hard to anti-air her sometimes. Not to mention, you know, her command grab, her demon flip, stuff like that. There's just a lot of things to look out for this character. And once she gets one raging strike on you, she gets like a huge damage lead. She can, you know, build more bar for her raging strike again. Her meter cycling after raging strike into a combo into raging strike again, it's just really good. So that's why I put her at super strong. Lancelot, hopefully the Lance mains aren't in the chat, but I think it's between lacking and super strong. But if he's at super strong, he would definitely be at the end. But let's just put him at lacking right now, because I talked to some players about him, and he struggles really hard at opening people up. Lancelot's Rekka is always minus, so he's always risking his life whenever he does like Rekka pressure, right? All you need to do is just block it, and then the only way they can open you up is like with empty lows and stuff like that. He no longer has like proper EX Fireball Oki anymore. That's entirely gutted. Not to mention his double overhead is just, you know, gone. The second hit's a mid now. So Lancelot players definitely do be praying for some buffs when the game comes out. Percival, we're gonna put Percival as super strong as of now. I might put him up here later, but Percival, sure, his buttons are nerfed, and sure, his I think his 2L has been nerfed. 4-5L is just a little bit weak. 4-5H is just not as long reaching anymore. But Percival is just Percival. Like, he's still really good at whiff punishing. His neutral is just insane. And not to mention, he has a command grab, so he doesn't need to rely on strike throw scenarios to just open you up. Yeah, he's just a solid character in general. He did lose strike throw and stuff like that, but coupled with his command grab and stuff like that, I don't think he lost much. So yeah. Ferry, I'm just gonna put her up here. She's insane in this beta. Goddamn. They buffed the startup time of Far 5H. Her 2M can always combo into a light whip. She has a lot of access to unblockable setups, not to mention like her install still in the game. Her 50-50 high-low potential has, you know, never changed, never got nerfed. And not to mention, the biggest part I think for Ferry is that her meter gain is just, you know, phenomenal. I think her meter gain, like, she just zones you out. 2M 2-6, 2M 2-6, GG. And then like by the time you get in on her, she has 50 bar for brave counter, or if she gets a knockdown, she can just raging strike you. She did lose like her reversal, of course, but that definitely like nerfs her a little bit. But I think despite that, she's still probably one of the best characters in the beta. And if you do plan on participating in the beta tournament at EVO, Ferry is probably one of the go-tos. Ladiva, we're just gonna put her there. Ladiva is still, you know, a grappler. Ladiva can still steamroll matches. If you guess wrong, you still lose. The issue is, I think most characters in this game now have access to reversals. First of all, other characters can zone her out really well. She does have a invincible reversal now, which is pretty good, but it sends them full screen, so you don't get any okay. But yeah, like Lady is just, you know, same thing as the old game. The mechanics for the game just does not suit her. It's just unfortunate that Ladiva is just, you know, gutted by the mechanics again, because the mechanics don't really suit her, and zoners can, you know, zone her, and pressure characters can, you know, run their offense. It's just stuff like that. Like, I don't think Ladiva's that good. Loane, I think is really strong. Not only does he have access to, you know, like insane ultimate skills, he also has access to really easy 25-meter unblockables. So you do EX Rekka, auto combo, EX bros, and then Raging Strike. They have to, even if they spot dodge it, they get hit by the bros. You have to have 50-meter in order to defend against that option. And his, not to mention, you know, his sweep broken, his buttons really good. But for now, I'll put him at super strong. I don't think he's better than Percival for sure, but I think Loane is probably super strong in the beta. Matera, okay, this is me being biased, but it's the same thing with Ferry. I think Matera benefits a lot from the mechanics. She builds meter, just like Ferry, she builds meter just by playing her game plan. She zones, she tosses arrows, and then by the time she opens you up, she does like really long block strings, and then they can set up into Raging Strike. Matera, definitely, I would probably put her higher, or if not on the same placing as Percival. I wouldn't say she's super good, but by the time you get in on her, like she can just you know, reverse brave counter you out or reversal you, and most of the time she's just really annoying on offense and so on and so forth. But I think Matera is pretty strong in the beta. Zeta, I think Zeta is definitely lacking. I think specifically the fact that none of her EX specials hard knockdown anymore doesn't give her really easy access into her pogo pressure, and her pogo pressure is what makes her character. And remember, the scary part about her pogo pressure is that it's, you know, it's a safe jump, you can't DP it, you can't reversal it, but now like you don't need to worry about throw. So her pogo pressure, even if she does get it, it's not that, you know, it's not that bad. The best she can go for now is just, you know, high lows, empty lows, and stuff like that. Her buttons are still really good, so I'll put her, like, you know, above the other Shotos. She has access to Fireball. She has access to the best reversal in the game, EX Parry. You know, if you get hit by it, 9 times out of 10 she gets a combo off of it, so on and so forth, especially in the corner. But she is pretty lacking in terms of her Oki. It's really bad, and I think compared to these characters up here, she is not as good. Boss, I'm just gonna put him up here. Hey, Editor Merp here. I may have overestimated the power level of Boss in the current meta. I've realized that he no longer has a hard knockdown on his command grabs. He has a very hard time stocking up due to a lack of hard knockdowns. However, he does benefit a lot from the system mechanics. I feel like he is way more scary with Raging Strike, and the fact that he doesn't need to represent strike throw in the first place with a command grab makes him really strong. So I will put him as super strong right at this spot. Bubs, I will put as super strong. This is my bias coming through because I do have a pretty good matchup against Bubs. But Bubs, I don't know if he's better than Percival, but Bubs here, what's it called? Bubs, the reason why I'm not putting him here is that he lost his safe jab Oki. Bubs is still solid, but he lost his teleport Oki. He lost all of his knockdowns, but he's still really good at what he does. So like he tosses fireballs, skips neutral. You know, you should never try to anti-air this character. You will die if you try to anti-air Bubs. Yeah, like his ultimate skills are pretty good. Full screen unblockable, sure it's a gimmick, but you know, most of the time your opponent might not be looking for it, and you get like, you know, the round winning kill, and so on and so forth. He also has a command grab, not to mention, and his zoning game and his you know, spinny move is still pretty good. But yeah, he loses Oki, but I still think he's really strong. I don't know if he's better than Percival though, but I'll probably put him at like here-ish for now, and then I'll go over it. Narmaya, definitely lacking. I'm not sure if she's better than these Shotos, but I feel like she is probably down here. Yeah, Narmaya, you know, she lost strike throw. Her EX flip is no longer plus. She needs to open up their opponents by not throwing anymore, and her kit doesn't really allow her to do that. Yeah, like in all honesty, if you get the life lead against her, she can't actually open you up. Like her slashes are minus. Her flip can be anti-aired. The only thing she has going for her is her buttons being plus on one of her stances, her far 5L being plus, and her fireball, but that's about it. It's just, how do you play this character and open up people? Soriz, alright, okay. I think Soriz is probably at the bottom of super strong. I think Soriz doesn't need strike throw to win. In fact, actually, I'm gonna put him right above Loane, actually. Soriz is actually really strong. He doesn't need strike throw to win. Most of his specials are plus, first of all. His geyser is plus. His 214H is plus. He can pressure reset with 236M. There's like a lot of things to look out for against Soriz. Like you want to look out for the geyser resets on his M geyser. You want to be ready to stuff out his dash punch, and you know his offense generates a lot of bar. And by the time you know you're looking for all these other stuff, right? For example, like dash punch, geyser, you know, pressure resets and stuff like that. He has access to Raging Strike, so you have to, like, on top of reacting to geyser, 236 like dash punch, 214H, you have to react to Raging Strike, and he gets meterless, not meterless, but he can get a combo off of 25 bar Raging Strike, close 5M, and remember, he does a lot of damage. Like, if he gets in, he does a lot of damage. He gets the hit, he just kills you for it. So I think he doesn't need he only benefited from the mechanics and the overall change. He doesn't get hard knockdown anymore, but once he it's not hard for him to get in most of the time. However, I think he really lacks well, not really lacks, but every character in this game has reversals now. They can brave counter his pressure, but again, you really don't want to brave counter his pressure, and you should only brave counter Raging Strikes. But yeah, Soriz not like the best characters like a Ferry and whatnot, but I think he's super solid. Zoe is really strong. I think Zoe, okay, controversial opinion. I said this before in the a previous stream, but Zoe didn't lose much. I'm gonna say right now, people who think Zoe is gutted because she lost her H-Dragon follow-up, like her H-Dragon set play, never played against or never labbed the matchup against Zoe. I feel like Zoe, the strongest part about Zoe is not because of her set play. It's because of her buttons, her fireball, her pressure resets, and I think she only benefited from her from the mechanics and the changes, honestly. H-Dragon got changed from a slow startup set play move to a fast startup, very extremely plus special. Like if you do H-Dragon with Zoe, you are super plus. Like if they block everything, you are super plus, allowing you to like do a dash up into like a overhead, dash up into like other pressure and stuff like that. Sure, it's really hard for her to open you up, but she has so much chip, like to the point where like similar to like a Ferry and like a Matera, like her chip damage is nothing to scoff at, and her dash attacks are also pretty good. Like her dash attack H has armored properties, and she can combo after it. It's pretty good, and I don't think she is bad at all. I think she's really strong. But yeah, that's probably it for Zoe. Let's move on to Belial. Belial, I still think he's really strong, but I think he did get nerfed a little bit. I don't know if I might put Belial here instead of here. Is he better than Blubs? Is Belial better than Bubs? barely. I mean, Belial's still Belial. I think Belial is just insanely good. not like a Evo winner good, of course, but I think Belial is still Belial. 5H is still stupid. His buttons are really good. His parry got buffed. First of all, his parry comes out faster, I think, or something like that. Like, sure, like there's still ways to like punish him now. Like he lost his throw mix, he lost one of his good fireball, like auto combo or 4-5H into fireball into pullback, like 4x. But he still has access to command grab. He has access to an ultimate skill that starts off as a parry and then ends with command grab, which is really sick. But I still like Belial's still pretty strong. Like even though like he's not as good as like, you know, like Ferry and like Boss, I think he's still really good at staying in, opening people up. Raging Strike is just, you know, something you have to look out for now, and Belial with Raging Strike is also really strong. That's probably all I have to say about Belial. Cag, let's put her probably at the top of super strong. I'm pretty sure Cag, actually this is my downplay coming out. Okay, let's put her probably next to Matera. Hey, editing Merp here again. I'm gonna go ahead and save you about 20 minutes of me rambling and downplaying my character, but in the end I did put Cagliostro at the top of super strong, simply because despite the things that she lost, like her EX teleport and her EX traps no longer being that good, I still think she is really strong at the zoning game. She benefits a lot from the trap resets into Raging Strike. The mental stack against this character just increased tenfold, and despite things being fake, like her TK teleport on your block and so on and so forth, I still think she generates a lot of meter for just zoning and playing her game plan, and by the time she gets in, she is really terrifying on offense. And I think she's probably the best character in super strong, but definitely not as good as the Evo winners, for sure. Yuo, oh my gosh, she is awful. Yuo is so bad in this game. You guys know her whole gimmick of her stance, right? It's gone. You don't use that anymore. You don't want to go into stance, because all you do is just do button plus frames, but they don't do chip. Like her stance doesn't do chip. It's like all you need to do is just block it and just react to the throw, is what I would say, if for not the fact that she not only generates bar while in the stance mode doing plus frames over and over again, but her best combo starter is Raging Strike off of her stance. So guess I'm the clown. But yeah, despite everything I said previously, her neutral is insane, her Raging Strike potential is really good, her stance is actually way better than I thought it was, and I think despite losing throw, I think she is a really solid character, and I will put her here. Moving on, as you guys can see, I do have a I have no clue Lamau section, and the only character going in there is probably Uno. I have no idea. I haven't fought a single Uno. His ultimate specials look funny, but I don't know if anything changed about him. I don't know if, like, you know, he's just bad or he's like super broken, but I have no idea. Like, I haven't heard anyone talking about him. I haven't played anyone that played him, and you know, yeah, I don't think I've fought a single Uno in the entire beta. Eustace is really strong. I'll go ahead and go over why. Eustace in the beginning didn't need to rely on throw. I think optimal Eustace play doesn't rely on the throw on the rat race, overhead on the rat race or stuff like that. I think Eustace is almost on the border of Evo winning. I think Eustace is extremely strong. Like, he has his pressure is all like DP safe. He has a lot of DP safe pressure. He generates a lot of bar from zoning. His charged back fireball can beat most projectiles in the game. And best of all, he benefits a lot from the charged, or not the charge, but the simple input change, where his fireball now can just be spammed and he doesn't need to do charge inputs to use his fireballs and stuff like that. So that definitely helps him a lot. And remember, like his EX skills are really good. Not that you want to use them a lot, of course, but like along with trying to deal with his insane offense, like sure, he doesn't need to throw you or anything, but you still have to look out for Raging Strike now. So like the fact that Raging Strike exists puts Eustace in a very high spot. But yeah, like Eustace is really strong. Vera, I think next to Eustace, I think high-key I probably would put these up here. Like all these characters up here are extremely strong. I think Vera is just well, yeah, I think Eustace is strong, and I think Vera should be up here as well. Vera, not to remember, Vera in the old game already generates like a lot of bar, and Vera's buttons are insane. Vera's dash attack is really good at catching people low. Her ultimate skills are extremely good at stopping, you know, zoning in general, and her command grab enables her win condition. Like it's really hard to down back against Vera, because eventually you're gonna get hit by command grab. Like you can't like react and you know, punish it every single time. You can react to it, but like under mental stack and pressure, eventually you're gonna get hit by it, and then she just goes straight into the win con, and you know, you die. I'm pretty sure she only benefited from the mechanic changes and the new mechanics, so that's why she's up here. 6, next to probably probably here. I think 6 is first of all, 6 is bad, but I think 6 is better than the Shotos, simply because he can stay in for quite a bit, and while he is doing that, he generates a lot of bar. So his offense game sure got gutted, but he can do like Rekka to knowledge check you and to like force you to react. He has access to a reversal, which is really good. It doesn't hard knock down anymore, but it's still a reversal, and his EX fireball didn't get changed. It's still as broken as the base game, but I think he is still pretty bad. Also, let me actually, I'm gonna move Narmaya down here. I'm pretty sure she's worse than the Shotos. But yeah, 6 like characters like Gran, Catalina, and Zeta still have good buttons, but 6 is really stubby. He struggles to open people up, and his offense just got gutted because of no throw. Avatar Belial, I think he's next to Belial actually. I will put him probably below, but you know, Avatar Belial is still Belial. Avatar Belial has broken buttons like Sweep and Far H. He generates a lot of bar by working his offense and zoning. Once he gets in, he's still pretty scary. Like he has access to plus frames and whatnot. He has access to the command grab that can combo off of. What else? He has access to command grab super that does 5k. There's no damage fall off on his command grab super. You're really strong. And but again, I feel like he's not as strong as these characters up here, and that's why he's down here. I feel like he does a lot of damage actually. If he opens you up once, he does like 80% of your, not 80%, that's stretching it. I think half of your life bar with Raging Strike. It's actually really good. Let's go ahead and put Siegfried. I think Siegfried, although it's not here of course, I think Siegfried is probably either in front of Belial or below Belial. Probably below Belial. I'll just mention that Siegfried's in super strong. I think Siegfried, his fireball stuff gives him free neutral skip, because you can't really stop it unless you're Cag, right? His buttons are really good. He hits like a truck if he opens you up. His buttons, yeah, again, his buttons are really long reaching, but the issue is that I think he struggles in opening people up. I feel like the only way you can open up as Siegfried is through Raging Strike or the funny command grab on the Rekka, and the funny command grab can easily be fuzzy jumped. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I want to rearrange some of these characters. Okay, I think Charlotta should be a little bit higher right here, and I'll do you guys all a favor, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just put, you know, Cag here. I think Cag is actually pretty good. Now that I think about it, right, maybe a top of strong actually. There you go. Are you guys happy? Charlotta should definitely be higher, probably above Zoe. Zoe being better than Belial, I think it's good. Matera being down here, I think it's fine, because most of these characters can beat Matera. Soriz right there is fine. Lawayne, I probably should bring him above here because I think his Raging Strike capabilities are just really strong. I feel like Matera should be up there. Yeah. God damn. I'm just moving characters back and forth. Is she better than a Lawayne? I don't think so. I think Matera being here is fine, but I think Matera's a little bit better than Zoe. I don't like this maybe, like that. I think that's fine. But I don't like Belial being so low. God damn, bro. I hate making tier lists. Here, like that. But then Bubs will be too low. But like it's ordered anyways, right? So I can't really do much about it. All right, I think that's fine. Down here, I don't think I would change anything. I think all the Shotos here are probably the same. If I want to be like a little bit nitpicky, I think I will do like Zeta, Cat, and then Gran. Narmaya is definitely down here. Ual is definitely down here, but Ladiva is just bad. But yeah, that's my tier list. I think, as I said before, the characters to look out for at the Evo beta tournament is definitely Ferry. Ferry's insanely strong, probably the no-brainer top tier of the beta. Eustace doesn't need. Notice how like every character here, except for Vera, like these three characters don't rely on throws to open you up. Like these characters can just run their offense and they never rely on throw. Like Eustace can of course open you up with throw into the rat race, but you don't want to do that. You just want to run offense, buttons special, and then you get enough for Raging Strike and you just Raging Strike them. There's a post-beta survey, right? There is. You can go ahead and probably check on the Twitter and you guys can see. Vera being at the bottom of the Evo winner, I think is fine. The fact that she always has access to like 50 bar because of her insane meter gain, it's just, what makes her better than most of the characters here. I think, yeah, as I said before, Cagliostro is really strong. But the issue is that I don't think she is at the same level as these characters because most of her stuff is fake. Like she's just knowledge checking you over and over again until you die, or you check her and just just kill her for it. But yeah, I think that's it for the tier list. But that's my opinion on the beta so far. But I can't believe Seahawks is lacking finally.